Do you want to come up and talk?
Might as well.
Sweet.
Um,
What's up? How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
What did you want to talk about?
So, real quick, when you guys hear the word asylums, what's the first thing you guys think of? Like generally, what is the first thing you think of when you think of asylums? Do you think like horror movie stuff or like basic stuff?
Hannibal?
Like just
Grippy socks.
Mental
Sorry.
institution.
Did I say that?
yeah.
Or
So
Asylum. Yeah, half of it between mental institution and half of it like uh looking for asylum in like sanctuary.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like split down the middle.
yeah. So what I'm going to talk about is like what I went through. Through an actual asylum, and it's not how you see it in the movies. It's not what you expect. People think it's like a luxury fucking thing. It is not. And I'm going to be serious with everybody here. I was influenced by an actual friend telling me, "Oh, it's so good." Mind you, this was in middle school. So I'm gonna say this. I'm Puerto Rican, so I was raised in the actual island, and like I was used to like certain things. I wasn't used to like Americanized stuff. And when I moved here, like it was all fun and peachy. So middle school was okay, this and that. But moving on to like the actual subject. So first day of freshman year, very pumped, very happy to see my old friends. But turns out that the friend I thought I could trust backstabbed me in the back. Why? Don't know why. She probably never told me about. Probably
Oh wait,
hiding
you
something
lagged. What'd you say?
that I did not know about. So my friend had backstabbed me in the back, reporting me to my school's dean officer or female dean, right, for like the girls division. It was like a very private school, very prestigious, and the rumor that was going around was that my parents were drug dealers. They were not. All I can say is now, my dad is an honest worker. He's a diesel mechanic. He works his butt off to keep. My dad is a diesel mechanic. He works for me, my mom, and my sister. He's done so much for me, and I'm glad he's my dad. But moving on. So I was called to like through the intercom. So hearing my name through the intercom was just as embarrassing as being on stage. Like I don't mind talking to y'all. I'm saying like actual stage fright. It was embarrassing because first day I thought I had a good impression on everybody, even my teachers. But no, I get called through the intercom and say, "Can Majesty please come to the dean's office?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I was sitting there on my desk with my lunch, panicking because I hadn't done anything wrong, mind you. Everything was fine. So I go to the office and there's the principal, the assistant principal, the dean, and a police officer. And I said, what's going on? Did I do something? And turns out that I was being Baker acted. So, long story short, Baker acted means that if a teacher sees or hears mysterious behavior from a student like suicidal or involves drugs, you can get arrested and taken to a mental hospital or mental facility or psychiatric ward. Long story short. So I was transported there. I was in the the back of the police car. It was a male officer when I
Can I
requested
stop
a
you really
female
quick?
officer for
Real
obvious
quick.
reasons.
So, your friend, at the beginning, you said your friend backstabbed you. Why did your friend backstab
More
you?
like she betrayed me.
Like, what did she do?
So, you know how in some like years of your middle school you're easily influenced by some friends or like bad friendships? It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that with her and me. I thought I could trust her. I could not. She had betrayed the one thing I'd given her, my trust. I opened my doors to her. It's like she closed them in my face. So
But like, why?
I was sitting there.
Why did she report you? Like, when? Do you know why she did that?
No. After I
Okay.
left that mental facility, she never showed her face again.
And then
She deleted her social media. She moved everything.
And then,
So
when you had to like get transported away out of the school, did like the dean and the principal and everybody, did they think you had drugs on you, or did they think your parents had drugs?
They thought I did.
Okay.
They thought I had some, which I didn't, but they thought my parents did. And what happened? Well, on my way of being transported, the police officer tried to like talk to me, try to like make me talk about it. I'm like, I'm staying quiet. I'm not violating my first right. I'm sorry. But I get to like the mental facility. It's like, turns out it was like 15 minutes away from my house, and I never realized it because the high school was like somewhat far away from my house, so I didn't realize I was that close. So, we go in, they check me in, and I'm sitting there in the waiting area, like I was like transported like away from the world. My phone was taken. I couldn't call my parents. They didn't give me the chance to call my parents while at school. They just like talked to me saying, we're going to do this, this, and this, and immediately handcuffed me, not giving me a chance to talk.
How old were you when this happened?
I was, I'm 18 now. This was 4 years ago when I was 14.
Okay.
So, everything was fine. Everything was peachy or whatnot, but it truly wasn't. On the inside, I was panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was sitting there with years of knowing how America worked, and I never knew how it truly worked until now. But it's just my view. So, I get checked in by like the head nurse and whatnot. I get blood drawn, pressure, heartbeat, basic health stuff. And then I'm placed in this waiting room with a bunch of girls. So imagine their reaction when they see a girl in school uniform walk in and just sit in the corner of the room. I don't know what was going through their minds. I don't know. I didn't think much about it. First day was slow. It felt like I was staring at a wall that was painted and I had to watch the paint dry. Then the next day, it was a bit tough. I was woken up by a nurse saying, hey, you gotta get your blood drawn again. I'm like, but why? What's the point of getting my blood drawn? I was confused. So I got my blood drawn, but it was... I don't make a big fuss about it because, well, it's labs. What are you gonna do? What I found unfair is that they kind of took 6 tubes out of me. I'm like, why 6 tubes? 1 should be fine, but oh well, long story short. But anyway,
are they taking your blood to see like what drugs you have in your, like why are they taking your blood?
I didn't know. I asked the nurse, no answer. She did not answer. No answer whatsoever. And then I was like taken back to like the room area. So I was just sitting there like normal. Nothing happened, just staring at the TV or staring at the wall, or however I could. Then breakfast came. If you think that if you think that prison has the worst food, you have not seen worse food when I say asylum. What they gave us was cold oatmeal, and like mostly everything was cold. It wasn't like edible. The only thing I managed to eat or actually digest was dry cereal and water. Nothing else, nothing less. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, so I'm getting treated like I'm a criminal. This is confusing. But after that, we eat our breakfast, this and that, everyone's just chilling, you know? And then medication time comes. So I'm like, imagine my surprise when they call my name. I'm like, what is this? Do I really have to take this? My parents approved this? They said, yeah. Turns out they were lying. My parents never approved of any meds for me to take. Literally, they drugged me.
Real quick,
because it's funny.
Have you?
It's funny. I was put there.
Have you gotten in? No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Have you gotten in contact with your parents by this point? You know, like, do they know? They have to know that you're there.
Yeah, I did. They were informed by police.
Okay.
And that same day, like, before I took my meds, I said, hey, let me call my parents. They said no. Until a few minutes later, they said, hey, your parents are on the phone. And I won't forget how I was crying during the whole entire call, the duration of the call. I was crying, saying, I'm sorry in Spanish. My parents don't know English. So I was saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. And I was, I feel like I hurt my parents in some way or like dishonored them because it wasn't off me. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going through my mind those days. I do not know. To this day, I don't know either. So, after that, I take my meds and, well, the meds that they give me, obviously. And I'm just sitting there, still a little bit sobby about the call, and just sitting there. So, a few minutes roll by, lunchtime, yada yada, and med time. Because it's like after every meal, what I realized after every meal, 10 minutes later, you have to take the meds, even if not really relevant. So, after lunch, after taking our meds, this girl comes in. Very tall, very burly, more like somewhat muscular, but not really. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was chubby of some sort, but was mostly muscle. And little did I know that this would be the day that I would actually get my ass handed to me. So, turns out that this girl had been to this, like, that mental facility before and was actually a frequent. So, believe my surprise when I'm like, apparently I'm sitting in her chair, which mind you was in like a different corner, so I was just minding my own business until I said, hey, what do you want me to get out of this chair? And she suddenly had like this bipolar attack. She grabbed me by the hair and started slamming me like to the mirror, like not mirror, more like the window again, until one of my teeth fell out. It was like the back molar that had fallen out.
Holy shit.
I still don't have my molar, mind you. That was an adult teeth, and it has not grown to this very day. Not grown, no sign of it. Moving on from that, like, bang, bang, bang. When I dropped to the floor, like, bleeding out of my teeth, because it had fallen, she started kicking me in the gut. Again, and I couldn't do anything, because I knew, I had a feeling, if I fought back, they would extend my stay. Because then they would think that I'm actually crazy. So I didn't do anything. I was immobile. I was immobile. I did not know what to do. I was just panicking at this point because I'm in my head. I'm thinking like I have adrenaline going on, right? But I don't do anything. I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna die here? Am I actually gonna die? And then suddenly, the nurses jump the girl. Like they get on her, they tranquilize her, and I'm taken to like the emergency area.
You're taken to where?
The emergency area. So they have like an actual emergency area, but it's not like, it wasn't all that fancy. So I was given something for my like back molar to stop the bleeding, and after that I was given a med. I was given meds again to like ease the pain and go to sleep. So I just went to bed. And then if I remember that happened on a Tuesday, the same week on Tuesday. So Wednesday rolls in, which is the next day, obviously. And this was the day where I would be interrogated about like very personal things. More like, what do your parents do? What does your father do? What does your mother do? Do you have any siblings? Like every single thing that I thought I could keep personal to myself, I could not. I couldn't. It's like I was a prisoner. As unfair as it was, I still had to abide by laws. So I just told them everything. I mean, obviously, I said that my parents did this, and this. My mom was a stay-at-home wife. My dad worked. My sister went to school. Basic information, And after that, I left the room. And a few minutes later, the doctor wants to talk to me. So I go to the doctor's office, like the head doctor, right? I sit down in his chair and like he asks me he continues to ask like the same questions, but in every single like question that he asked me saying, "Hey, when am I gonna get out?" Because because mind you, they had a sign saying that if I don't show signs of being quote unquote crazy for 3 days, I can leave. It's been like literally that was the third day. Like I was ready to get out and I said, "Hey, am I ready to leave?" Because I saw the sign. It says that it has to be 72 hours in total. Lag. I said, "It's been 72 hours. Can I please leave?" He said, "Sorry, but we have to keep you here." I'm like, "Wait, what? That's unfair." And like I remember leaving that room angry and also sad. I was angry and sad. It was a mix of both.
That makes sense.
Because I didn't know what to do. And then call time came and I won't forget that when I called, my sister had answered. And my sister, I'm going to say this, she has autism to a level and she also has a syndrome. So when she said my name and asking where I was, I broke down and I hung up because I couldn't. I couldn't hear my sister saying, "Hey, look, big sis, where are you?" I could not. It hurt. Because what can I tell her? I can't just tell her that I'm in an asylum. I can't tell her that. She's a child. At that time, she was like 5 years old.
So to recap with you, you got taken to this asylum, falsely, blamed for having drugs, your family having drugs. You're taken away without, parents' permission. They don't speak English. They can't do anything. You're taken to this place. They make you, take medication. They try to interrogate you and evaluate you. There's different tenants that are there for actual genuine reasons, and they hurt you and fight you. And at this point in your story, you're talking about this. You're talking to this doctor who's evaluating you, and they pretty much say you have to stay a little bit longer. And I think that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Do you wanna keep going?
Yeah. So moving from like the whole doctor office thing, I leave like his office and I'm on the verge of stress. Like I want to punch him, I want to punch him, I want to cry. I at that point I just want everything to be over. Like
Right.
I couldn't take it to a certain point. And then call time arrives, which is like around 6 to like 9 because there was like about like 10 girls in there. So I call home and my sister picks up. And my sister, like I said, she has autism to a certain level. She has a syndrome. She was 5 years old at this time. She was 5. And when she asked, "Hey, big sis, where are you?" And at that point, I couldn't take it anymore. Mid-call, I broke down telling her where I was at. I told her that I was at a quote-unquote special place because I couldn't tell her that I was at a quote-unquote prison. I couldn't. I didn't want to break that illusion, that innocence that she had. And till this day, I haven't told her because, well, even though she has autism, she can now, like, that she's 10, she can actually understand a few things. She's about to be 11. But moving on. So I hang up immediately before I can actually talk to my mom or dad. And I just run to, like, the dorm I'm sharing with other girls. And I break down, like, kneeling to my bed. I break down, I have my hands together saying, "God, please end me right now. I don't want to be here anymore. I feel like I failed you." So, and I just, like, I'm sitting there praying that it all ends. Like, I couldn't take it. And without me realizing, because of how about how much I broke down, I ended up falling asleep. I wake up middle of the night, I can't sleep. So I wake up, go to like the sitting room that we have, and a nurse walks in because she saw me through like the feed cameras, and she starts asking me, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I tell her everything, that I was falsely taken here, that I didn't want to be here anymore, that I just wanted to end myself right then and there because I knew that I couldn't take it. And she said, "Hey, don't give up hope, this and that." I don't remember her exact words. I don't. I just know she said that I shouldn't give up hope. Then Thursday rolls by. I was questioned yet again by a different doctor. But he asked if I did drugs, like actual drugs, if I smoked, if I drank, if I vaped. None of that. I was too young to even know what those words were. So moving on from that, so next Thursday rolled in, right? Thursday morning. I did not sleep at all the previous night. So I was like, believe like the girls surprised saying, "Oh, you're still here?" Because they thought I left. When they saw my bed empty, they thought I left. I I was done. I did not want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to chat, no talks, no nothing. The whole day, I was just sitting there staring at the TV because it seemed that was the only thing I could actually do. But that same day, turns out that the same girl here, I get news like from one of the girls in there because apparently they knew my quote unquote ex-friend. They said, "Oh yeah, she goes to a different one." I'm like, "What?" And that one that she mentioned actually treats her right, and they took me to like a different one. So turns out I was like fully confused at what she was talking about. Turns out she was just lying to me the whole blind time. And turns out other extra info about this girl, the girl that actually told me all the information about like the girl that backstabbed me because of her like reeling me on drugs or whatnot. Turns out that girl went through the same thing with her. So the girl that I was friends with, quote unquote, had a whole history about just doing this to other girls, like innocent girls, mind you. So at that point, I was just about ready to flip out bad. So
this friend that backstabbed you also backstabbed this other girl. And it turns out that this ex-friend goes to a different asylum that's like healthier.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just wrong. But something I don't tell others, but I know girls will relate to this. So at this time, I hadn't gotten like quote unquote menstruation. And I finally got it there, so that was like my first ever menstruation that I got, and I didn't know how to work with it.
Oh yikes!
I never knew.
Yeah.
So when I told the nurse what was going on, she gave me a tampon and said, "Get over." She said, like she handed me a tampon. I remember these words correctly and perfectly. She handed me a tampon, right? And she said, "Get over it. Put that up, quote unquote, there, and get over it." And I'm like, "You're not gonna teach me how to put it like in there?" And she said, "No, that's up to you." So that was a horrible first experience for me because I thought that my mother, like I quote unquote envisioned that my mother would actually help me with this. And believe my surprise, I was stuck in this facility, no help, no nothing, just that. But that same day rolls by, like I called my mom saying, "Hey, I got my period, this and that." She rushed to like the place, right? And she had gotten me clothes, like actual good clothes from my closet and drawers. I didn't get to see my mom. I didn't get to hug her. None of that. They had a no contact policy, and that's what I just couldn't take it. And when they called me saying, "Hey, someone brought you clothes," turns out they couldn't give me most of it because most of it had strings, and they thought that someone, like they thought that someone would like use the strings to like kill themselves, like choke themselves.
Right.
But I wouldn't do that. Do you?
But it's
me?
not. I don't
Like-
think that's just for you. I think that's for the safety of everyone. Because somebody could. That's like contraband.
Yeah, I know. No, but I
Which
didn't
sucks.
know because at that
Right.
time I was in middle school. I did not know. So I was given just a jacket and socks. That was all that I was given. My jacket and my socks. Nothing else. Everything else below was just rags. So, Friday rolls by. Everything's just how it was. And for the first time in like the entire week, we get to go outside. It's not like a big patio, apparently. It's like, take the size of this room. Just take the size
Oh.
leg. But here, take the size of this room, right? That's how big the patio was. Not big. Not big enough. And all they had was seats, the sun, the grass, nothing else. So I was just sitting at a corner by the grass because it was fake grass, just looking around because I couldn't do anything else. I didn't want to talk to the girls. I didn't want to get to know the nurse that took us outside. Nobody. So I was just sitting there contemplating my options that I had because I knew for a fact that I couldn't do much. I just knew. But after that, we go inside, and turns out they had like the male side of the facility too. And I'm gonna say this, not being rude to the male audience, these boys were complete jackasses. One of them called me fat. One of them called me fat. One of them called me a fat bitch. They called me slurs too, which staff just overlooked. So I was just like about done. I was just about done. So like they won't do anything about names, but they'll do something about drugs. Like that's like they won't take injustice either. So I was just dumbfounded because I didn't know what to do. I just didn't. So moving on from that, that was like the 5th day in there. It was okay-ish, but still slow. My whole time there, sorry.
How long were you in this asylum for?
A whole week.
Okay.
Monday to Sunday. So we're like at the 5th day. We're at the 5th day. But like the entire time I was there, ever since I went in to where the 5th day, it just felt like time was slow. It just felt like watching a snail like run up like from your arm, like from your fingers to your arm. It felt like that because it was so slow, and so
Right.
much stuff had happened on the same day. But here again, moving to Saturday, a girl, and they actually called the police for this. A girl was shanked in one of the bathrooms. Someone made a makeshift shiv. Oh dear. A makeshift shiv with pencils and stabbed a girl in the abdomen. I had not expected that. And turns out it was the same girl that had beaten me up.
The one that stabbed or the one that got stabbed?
Okay, the girl that got stabbed was the girl that told me, that relayed me the information that the quote-unquote ex-best friend was at a different facility.
And then the one
Well,
that beat
like,
you up
the
was the one
burly
that
girl-
stabbed
Yeah.
the other. Okay.
Surprisingly, thank God that that girl survived. Because she came back hours later. She was like, she had a bandage around her. And she was fine. It almost like went through like her pancreas. And I'm not sure. I'm learning anatomy in college. I don't know if that's critical or not. So it was like either life or death. Like worst case scenario, the burly girl could have gone for like the neck. Now that's fatal because of the artery that's there. So that day, I just wanted to get out. I had fear in my heart. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. And I remember talking to a nurse, like the same nurse that told me to not give up. I remember I saw her and I broke down in her arms saying that I wanted to leave. Just immediately. I wanted to get out of there. Just immediately. I wanted to see my parents. I wanted to see my mom. I just wanted to see them. I couldn't take it. And the same night, I called my parents saying what happened, and my parents were worried. Like, my dad answered the phone saying, I have not gotten sleep. Your mother has not gotten sleep either. We're concerned. We're worried. We just want you to get home safe. And that was like the first ever time I had heard my dad cry. Because my dad, I've known my dad as like the rough person in the family. He doesn't show any emotion. He only shows happiness, joy, laughter. So he's like somewhat of that, like the funny dad, you know? So believe my surprise, hearing him cry for the first time. Because I just didn't expect my dad at all. Sorry for breaking down.
You're okay.
It's just that
How are you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm drinking water just to like calm down.
Take your time.
So, continuing on, or like moving on. So Sunday rolls in, right? I'm gonna lag again. Sorry. So some of the girls that I knew from that facility that I've gotten somewhat familiar with because of like their conversations that I've heard, they're leaving. Like 3 had left that day, and I had high hopes that day because I was just ready about to leave. But turns out they had to hold me one more day for like custody reasons, because apparently they were doing a police research on my parents. Police went to my house and literally did a full search of my belongings, my parents, my sisters, the kitchen, the garage, everything. They didn't see anything that involved drugs, none of that. And on Monday, they let me go. The second I make it out those big doors alongside with the nurse that I broke down with, like her hugging me, right? The same nurse walked me outside and I saw my mom and my dad for the first time in a whole week. I know it's dumb for like a girl like me to talk about this, but it was sentimental because I have this huge anxiety problem that like it's attachment. You know, you grow with like family, and if you don't see them for like a whole week, whole month, you break down. You can't help it. So I immediately run up to them, hugging them, crying, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. And I was actively like just crying because of the state of my dad. My dad had bags under his eyes. He had shaven his head. His hair was gone. He shaved it off because of how stressed he was. As for my mom, she had more like white hairs because she was also stressed and she also had bags under her eyes. They both had not slept for a whole week and 1 day. A whole week and 24 hours they had not slept until they had me. They checked me out, and I remember ever since that entire like 8 weeks, for those entire 8 days, I remember that for 3 months, like I got home for 3 days straight, like not 3 days, sorry, 3 months straight after that. I didn't leave my room. My parents literally went to the school that falsely reported me, asking for like the policeman that arrested me, his badge number, his information, everything. The school could not provide that. And my parents, till this day, my parents are still trying to sue the school for their unfair and unjust like treatment to me. Because I had a history with like that like sort of school because it was a charter school. So everyone from like the charter department knew who I was because I had gotten them like honor medals, like Math Society medals. They knew me. They had given me awards for it. So believe my surprise when they actually wouldn't cooperate, because my parents had actually told me about this. And my parents had removed me from the school before I was expelled. So I remember, like I was saying, 3 months later, I would not talk. I would only like eat in my room. I wouldn't leave. I was cooped up in my room because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to leave my room and talk to my parents about all this. The only time that I managed to get out of the house sometimes or out of my room was to go to church. And it was, I will say that that experience did scar me a lot, and it still does to this very day, obviously, because of my crying. But me looking back and looking today, it kind of shows how much like I actually changed, because I went from like completely like dependent on one person to now the only person I depend on is the big guy up there, you know. I did a full huge change. I went through phases. I mean, we all do. Who doesn't go through phases? But aside from that, I will say that that experience till this very day scars me. It makes like one of my favorite content creators says, it makes me more nervous than a salmon in the bear. But yeah, that's all. That's my experience. Pretty horrible, pretty fucking shit. But I got over it. Still am. I don't mind talking more about it, but it's like somewhat of a touchy subject. I've told people this, and they say, "How did you make it out of there alive?" Like, it was shocking for people to see me like that. I haven't told my family, only my mom, my dad, my mom's family, like my auntie, and my second auntie from my dad's family. They're the only ones that know this. No one else does. Nobody. Because, well, it just it would be an embarrassment. I honestly don't care. But
Well,
yeah,
thank you for
that's the full
sharing all this.
experience.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't even begin to imagine what that feels like in the present moment. That feeling of just waiting too is just fucking, it's so dreadful, like, because all you want to do is be where you are not, like, for the entire week. Yeah, that's torture. You know, I'm trying to think of some questions I can ask you. You covered a lot of it really well. And would you say this experience still like lingers in you in some ways? I mean, this is still a fresh thing. You said you were 18 now, and you were 14 when this happened, right? This was only 4 years ago. So
Yeah.
I can imagine, you know, does this still linger in you at all, or do you think you've kind of gathered a good understanding, and have you moved on?
It's between the both, because like it lingers, it's still there, but it's like somewhat of a fleeting memory, because the more I think about it, the more blurry it gets. You know how
Right.
you like replay a memory so many times that it becomes blurry and blurrier
Of course
throughout
I
the
do.
time?
Yeah.
It's just like that. I mean, I remember almost every single tiny detail, sure, but the whole story of how it happened or how that day went, I don't remember that. I don't remember how the day started, and I don't know how it ended. But I know, like, in the in between moments, like the crucial moments. But that's all I know.
Mm-hmm. did you go back to the same school after that? Did you go somewhere else? You know, if you could kind of summarize, like what you know, what was going on after that? You know, how do you think you started to like bounce back after everything?
How it changed. So, I never went back to that school because turns out, my parents had removed me from that school, like the one that actually like fake imprisoned me, quote unquote. And I was moved to a magnet school. So for people that don't know, a magnet school is a school that specializes with special credits like math, anatomy, and like JROCT, like army stuff. So I was there at that school again. I had to do freshman year again. I knew some stuff and some stuff I didn't. And I was only at that school for sophomore year until my math teacher said, "Yeah, your grades are horrible and get out." But before I was even expelled, my parents had removed me. So,
Gotcha.
then I was moved to this school, which the people at home can actually look this up if y'all want. I went to Sandalwood High School in Florida. And people in this area where I'm at, it's a ghetto school. So I've met my friends there. I have good memories. It was a fun school. And the more I hung out with my friends at that school that I've made, the more I realized I started bouncing back to what I was. A little bit changed, but still me. I was still the smart person of like the friend group or the family.
Mm-hmm.
I was still me. Slight changes, but it was still me.
Yeah, that's bound to change you. You know, I don't like they're like going back to this asylum, like you said their qualifications for like keeping you is like if you're still crazy, like if like you're still freaking out. But like if you're there, especially in the circumstance that you were there, you're gonna freak out because you're gonna freak out for the right reasons to freak out. Especially if you're like 14 at this time, because you don't know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
I felt like a fish in like a hook, like just dumbfounded.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. That's awful.
Okay,
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. Like here, like my grandmother says, since she knows about this, what my grandmother says. Stuff happens for a reason. God puts challenges in your life for good reason, good purpose, because God knows. He knows how to shape you. He knows what you need. He knows what you desire. And I live by that. I live by that standard.
Yeah. I mean, any circumstance you fall into is a learning curve. Any is a learning opportunity, you know, in intense situations like that. Yeah, you know, as unfortunate as these things are, you know, you learn a lot by it. And you are so young, you know, like you have like your 20s to build as a person and really get to like know who you are,
experience stuff.
Yeah, like you are still just starting your life, you know.
When I tell people this, like I told this to one of my I'm friends with a 30-year-old, so imagine his surprise when he said, "You were sent to an asylum when you were 14?" God damn! Because he's shocked. Because when I told him this, I was 17 at the time, and now looking back, it's still a funny thing that I remember from like different memories that I've told people about this. Like it was the same thing, you know, but it was different people. Some people had like neutral reactions, some people had like very shocking reactions, and some people actually cried because they never expected this from me. So,
oh yeah,
quite funny to watch and quite like sad, like pity, you know. for like
Mhm.
those who cried.
Well, what's next for you?
As dumb as it sounds, I want to go into science. I want to become a.
That doesn't sound. Why does that
forensic
sound? Why? Hold on. Why does that sound dumb?
I don't know.
That's not dumb at all.
People say, "Oh, here." People say, "Oh, the irony! You went to a mental asylum." And I think I poke fun at this because I want to do I actually want to work at a morgue. So I'm doing like forensics to actually go to a morgue. And I tell them, I make this joke and I tell them, I'm going to saw through your bones when you die.
Now I'm horrified. Now I'm scared.
Ooga booga. Ooga
Um,
booga.
what do I call you? What's your name? What do you want to go by?
My name's Majesty, but by my close friends, I just go by Ruby.
Ruby. Ruby, thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
That's crazy. I'm happy that you got out of it and you are not a crazy person. And I'm glad that I'm not worried about you, Ruby. I'm not worried about you. I think you got a good head on your shoulders, and I'm excited for you. And then I'm excited for you to chop off and saw off people's bones as a professional career. And I think God tells me to drink Coors Light and eat lots of pizza so I can keep doing this podcast as well. So, yeah.
Well,
Ruby,
yes?
do you have any final words you'd want to say to anybody listening to this before we wrap up our discussion?
Okay. Like my mother once said, your life is like a train. You're the stop, and the people that you meet is the train. People will come to your life, stop at your station, and leave on unexpected moments. So you can't really hope for everything to stay the same. Everything has to change with whether you like it or not. Things will change. They can't stay the same forever. They can't stay the same forever. It becomes like a predictable cycle if it stays the same forever. God made life interesting for a reason. He made it to make us flourish.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you for talking. Thank you for talking to a random guy.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too.
Give it up for Ruby, everybody.
That's my Ruby!
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good job.
Good job, Ruby.
Ruby!
Oh yeah.
I'll buy you dinner.
Anyway, I might.
I'll buy you McDonald's.
Hey! I want
I'll
some
buy
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
All right, I'm jumping.
I want some McDonald's.
Well, your name's not Ruby.
I talk about more about video games, so I'm gonna be honest.
Video games, I'm honestly kind of on the fence of too. Because not everybody knows video games.
I talk about
way.
Japanese.
Get the fuck up here. Titanfall 2? Get the fuck up here right now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I feel like chicks are jealous.
Listen, I fucking love
Dude,
Titanfall 2.
Dude,
When
you
I
said.
first
Wait, can you
played it,
scooch in? Can you come in a little bit?
Oh yeah, no, yes, no, sure.
Dude, I love Titanfall. I love it.
Listen,
Sorry, go ahead.
Listen,
This is
no
not a
one-
debate. I'm not debating with you.
I know,
I
it's
just
not a
want to talk
debate.
about Titanfall.
I fucking love it. I love it with all my heart. When I first played it, I'm like, this shit way better than the new COD. Apology for my language, if that's bad.
I just said get the
But
fuck
no.
up here. I think you're okay.
Yeah, but as what I was gonna say, listen, out of every character I loved the most, BT was my W, man.
Hell yeah.
BT is the GOAT, dog. When I saw him sacrificing himself, I cried. My parents
Oh my
were
gosh.
wondering, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. It's okay. It's just a game. I lied saying it's just a game. It made me cry, dog. I couldn't.
Who did you main
I
in
just-
multiplayer?
Multiplayer. Oh my god, that's the downside. Oh man, you're
I
gonna
never
hate me
really
for
played
this,
multiplayer.
but I only played the campaign
I don't know. I don't fucking blame you at all. No,
because honestly,
yeah, I really
I
only played the campaign
fuck
too.
with the characters, Jack Cooper and BT. Such fire duo.
What's your favorite mission?
Oh, fighting one of the apex predators, Ash.
Yeah, that's a good one. Going through the warehouse and shit,
Extermination was
all the
so
shit that like
satisfying.
moves through.
The
Yeah,
warehouse one was like, it's trippy. It's so trippy to the point where it's like, are you upside down or are you secretly just looking wrong through your screen? Sometimes I have to do this to twist my head around just like this to see the screen. Like it's dumb, but I'm like, how the fuck did they?
dude, I think
pull
my
this
favorite
off?
is the time rift one, where you like change times.
Oh, that one I actually
That's gotta
love
be
that
my
one 'cause
favorite.
it's
I go back
trippy,
and I play that
but
all the
it's
time.
cool. Funny thing, I have it on my Xbox, but I have on my Xbox Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and like in the old 360 that my cousin used to have, he had Black Ops 1.
Hell
We
yeah.
used to play Kino de Toten. I'm a zombies guy. I'm sorry, but I'm not a multiplayer. I'm a zombies guy. Zombies. Huge zombies. But then when it came to like all the shooter games, it's my
I think we're getting off the topic of Titanfall.
Yes, we are. I apologize. It's just my ADHD-ish. Whenever you talk about a shooter game, it's what happens.
Dude, fun fact, you probably know this. Titanfall 2 was made off of Source. Did you know that? It's made off of a very heavily modified version of Source.
That's honestly impressive.
If you don't know what Source is, it's the engine that runs like Team Fortress 2, Half-Life, Gary's mod.
Yep.
That's the Source engine, and Titanfall 2 is made off
the
of Source.
Source engine that's responsible for all the games of childhood. Oh man, I
Yeah.
remember it. Like, Team
SFM.
Fortress.
Yeah. Source filmmaker. Yeah. Hey, did you have, besides video games, do you have anything you wanted to talk about or anything on your mind?
Oh, basically, I do a lot more things in real life. I, help my dad run a company,
Oh, cool. What kind of company?
and it's where we sell roofing materials and resources.
Oh.
Versus to like.
Oh.
I lagged. I apologize. It happens all the time.
It's
It
okay.
happens. But we sell roofing materials and also other materials to other people that need the materials to build the houses.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
And also we do it for the city as well.
So you sell
And,
roofing material to different houses. Bye, Aki.
Bye bye.
And you sell roofing material to buildings.
Basically,
all
to
over.
people that need they're called shingles. Basically, for those things
okay.
you see on the roof.
I know
on top?
shingles. Yeah.
That's what we sell. That's what we sell. We have every type of thing, and also we might do floors. And since me and my family moved out of the old house, now we're using that old house as an office. The new house here. We live
Gotcha.
here.
Cool. Very
So
cool.
yeah, listen, we didn't sell the place, but we reused it into an office,
Hell yeah.
which was a pretty.
Do you
it was not bad though.
do you plan to be part of this family business as like your career, or do you think you're gonna go
mean-
and do something else?
Honestly, I would, but I also want to do like voice acting for so much because I have the decent voice, and I was going to. Funny thing. I was
What,
gonna
be
voice
part of
an
the
organ.
family? Oh, okay.
But and the other side, basically, of my father's company, whenever we get the job done and whenever it's payday, I get paid $200. Do I spoil myself? I buy food. That's all I do. I just buy McDonald's.
What
I
do you
mean,
get at
it's just
McDonald's?
Spicy chicken burger.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Huh.
Um,
Uh, Yeah, but
Dude,
overall,
well,
I
dude,
don't
wait.
waste the money on anything else.
You know, I mean, are you like trying to do voice acting on the side? Like, are you really committing to it? Like, are you getting out your portfolio where you can, and are you auditioning where you can and stuff like that? Oh, he's lagging.
I apologize, but
Are you
I'm definitely
you
like committed to the point to it where like
are you like? Do you have like a whole portfolio of stuff you've done? Are you like auditioning in places? Like, how are you?
sadly no, I have not gotten like the right audition-ish thing to find. It's because it's hard. It's for me. It's really is because I'm a little bit, well, very dumb. Well, 50
How old are you?
18.
You were not dumb. You are 18 years old. There's a difference.
You know what? That is fair. I do not complain about that. There is no problem with that. But
yeah, dude, there's I mean, you could even, I'm sure if you were like, there's tons of people working on stuff like in VR chat where you can go, like if you were to look up like VR chat voice actor needed, you will, I guarantee you'll find something.
My bio is like about like a commission thing. I would even do it for free. I don't give a crap about the money. I would do it for free. I would love to do it for free, as long as I get the voice in something.
Why is the lighting changing?
Over there,
what is that?
Majesty. Oh,
is that you? Sorry, that distracted me.
no,
Go ahead.
okay.
I'm sorry.
What was I gonna say? Yes. Sorry, it's because my brain always forgets what I'm gonna say. But
me too.
My friend Majesty helps me out with like the voice acting stuff. The reason why, listen, I know it may sound a little weird, not weird, but I do like RP stuff to practice on my voice more and more to get the voice a little more deeper, so I could do like impressions. That's why I go into RP groups, RP, and practice. That's basically RPs are for practicing my voice.
Do you want to hear my Carl Weezer impression?
Oh God, I heard a lot of those, but go ahead.
Hi, Mrs. Neutron. Do you want VR Chat Plus?
That's good. I like that one.
All right, sorry. Dude, yeah, RP is great for voice acting. Do you do like improv stuff at all?
Yeah, like a lot of improv. Actually,
have you been to improv night?
It doesn't work really well, but it's decent.
Technically is improv.
Yeah, RP is technically kind of improv.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just mean yeah, no, for sure.
I almost made my own project here in VR chat. That when I was gonna first start it here, when it got more likes and enough money, budget, that I would make it an actual series.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a voice, if you need a random guy who can do a Carl Weezer impression, let me know.
I'm planning on that. I'm actually planning on that.
I don't have to do a Carl Weezer impression. I also want to like I also kind of want to do like voice acting stuff. That shit's so fun. Like have you guys been to like Audience Anarchy?
Oh my God, I love Audience Anarchy.
Dude, that shit's so fun.
I don't go there all the time, but it's fun. It's me and my I went there with my friends one time before I met Majesty. I went to them, played it, and it was concerning. There was a lot of dick jokes.
Hell yeah. Nice.
And also racial slurs, which I won't talk about.
Yeah, no, that's not nice.
But also,
the dick jokes are funny.
I practice my voice. People say I sound like the Marvel Rivals Deadpool whenever I do the impression.
I've never played Marvel Rivals. Wouldn't know.
Trust me, it's
all right, this is my impression of Deadpool. All right. Hey, it's me, Deadpool from Marvel. Hey. All right. That was
a little good,
dumb.
But it's a little concerning. It just needs an itty bitty more something. Is Wolfie
That's
around
true.
here? I think he is.
Hey, I'm gonna take my two swords out and slash your cock off. Roses are red. All right, I'm not doing it.
It's okay.
Chris, thank you for coming up and talking. Do you have any final words you'd want to say to anybody listening to this before we wrap up our discussion?
I have one thing, but it won't come out of my mind. Wait. Okay. Be smart about your actions. I don't know.
Be smart about your actions and don't chop
I'm
people's cocks off.
lagging. Lag spike, and don't let the lag spike get to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. You have a good night.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Chris, everybody. Give it up for Chris.
Yeah. I'm a man.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of whatever this is. I'm a space guy. And okay, bye. Okay, good night.